It's Mr. Logic back in the news. And this time around, no, again, it's for the wrong reason. Mokai say in the month of June 2024, yeah, the Mr. Logic pay more court at the Senate American citizen be and I report Mr. Logic for fraud. This time around, Mr. Logic Nankasani artist I find the most pains. And I'm the so many American citizen. And I just say, or report Mr. Logic for fraud. I had gossip 24. And your fraud nkwa. Or say Mr. Logic at 13 no. Say Ochina. Obekuno. Mess also be me subscribe button. Now I click the bell notification icon. So now if you follow you, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, BBR, gossip24.com, and gossip24 TV. Now feel free so bet you your comment section. Now I share video. I'm a so in you be a share. Now I can for tap send and I am send this camera therefore through tap send app and download the app and then the App Store, any Play Store. Kaiso bet me I use reference code J24. Tap send for so send this car or UK, Canada, USA, Europe. And now I said Dubai anyway important boy biara. Omo tap send for each watch this from Chroma 20 Sambra Sambra promo no is still on reference code no J24. But you go straight to Mr. Logic in send. But first I say from June 2024. So the date no 30th of June 2024. Article at the Chronicle for a Troy no Mr. Logic. This is the India, a dorsal. Nidi Bako, Christopher Nelson, Bako so, Emmanuel Barnes. Just a Mr. Logic, didn't go Jina court. What down, so my down, so much secure court. Didn't go Jina honey. Now, my brand to be Americans, they find Corey Edward. Now, Corey Edward, and I decided Mr. Logic, could not call Mr. Logic. I promise no. So, Bemano, a year residency permit, and our face work permit. Mr. Logic promise not promising our gym $21,000 US. In Kosiaga. No advantage who residency permit bia and na who work permit bia Mr. Logic as also charging the bear 48,000 Ghana cedis say for tax and so no advantage na baba nanti Ghana ha as a musician any DJ no Mr. Logic no ko pm or hits FM ni radio station be kaka no and what's advantage no etua and this advantage be ma Mr. Logic now so ni na no advantage ko hwemu no na say for na Mr. Logic afford na say amount of Mr. Logic boy kwa no and bay amount na say on my Ghana kra eje for such permits now on Mr. Logic ekano and you say their permits ne by your po no advance na ka say oh permits na ba ne bia Mr. Logic aye dwuma no de bi no oh Mr. Logic through most pens into the Mr. Logic ekokojina court at the same time no mo di Mr. Logic asem got straight for a published story no on the 2nd of July 2024 and my Mr. Logic at the whole response by at the time say oh you clean like a whistle. And the tagline Tapanaris Ekaho Honomo and the blues etoso. In the panel nam Mr. Logic so Emanisia a Corey Edward and so ye most pens at the time no Mr. Logic artist no. And so Babonti say Mr. Logic a threaten no say Onyana and so 29 this year my Ghana ha Obejinkwa and you finish it.
And one thing that I did not mention is throughout this whole thing, Mr. Logic has been threatening my life.
Don't step to Ghana. I'll fucking murder you.
You're serious right
now? I'm telling you the truth.
Now, Eban is saying, and now Mr. Logic, it me send the audio say, Edimo Nwakasa, the artist. This is the gospel according to most pens. Now, most pens, cha, ne pussy for one no, or a Canadian, the pussy for one and say, Ghana, hey, your bay, on Shannon Husu ye, because I'm Shannon Bobeshan, I need papa.
My family didn't even want me to go to Ghana in the first place because they were afraid that this was going to happen. So now they're looking at me like, we told you. I'm like,
but wait, yeah, and no share Mr. Logic, no share Mr. Logic on the ground. Say Mr. Logic, no, essay or boy artist, what I say, or discover talents, a boy artist. It's Mr. Logic, you better say or discover or no most pens no, our castle or be a talent manager near the record label. Because we are saying now quite say. Ono most pens na kasa kra sika and almost also the action the crowd mo. When you say ka record label there, nka wo record label owner no, and now be investing in the artist. But that wasn't the case.
And then we just kept sending him money. Okay, if you get signed, usually when you get signed, the label is the one that takes care of all the finances and expenses. But with his company, I guess it was more like a management company. So any kind of services that I needed, basically like a music video, radio promo, anything, I had to be the one to pay for it. It was not coming out of the label's pockets at all. It was coming out of our pockets.
I saw him And an offer named Mr. Logic, ne lifestyle no, alongside or no most pairs no, a career no.
Noticed that all of a sudden Mr. Logic has a new car, he has a new house, okay, and he's all of a sudden he's living this lavish life. Okay, so now as time goes by, you know, we're starting the music. So, you know, I'm getting into the studio, I'm recording. I ended up recording an EP.
But things got worse, and now Mr. Logic in your court case no with a Corey Edward and in the Busia for a match is a fraud case to go PM or down someone circuit court no. I did Mr. Logic go jina court you granted the bill no. And who said no? Mr. Logic the lifestyle no. Saying I never see corner and sha na nyoma baba ye west.
And then he gets sued by the American family. And they ended up going to court and everything for it, and Mr. Logic even went to jail for a few days, and he had to hand over his passport, like I guess because he was not supposed to travel, right? Because he's going to court for frauding people. You're defrauding people, you can't leave the country. So after the whole court thing was settled, they had issued another court date. So I think the other court date was supposed to be in August or September, something like that. And this was May, right? This was like May, June. Okay. He went to court, faced his charges and everything, and they told him what he needs to do. He needs to pay back the money before the next court date, which was in August or September. Then the American family had to leave at the end of June. They left. Okay, they left.
Most parents, sure, or accepting a new reality. I just said you will be Mr. Logic catcher and he said, well, some go South Africa. No go shooting music video near there. South Africa no more no most parents need the kaya call. Now Mr. Logic in Yamba because after Mr. Logic, any courts issues. I just also Mr. Logic, ATS can be near there because Mr. Logic I can so best so American family out of God, blah 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 blah. My courts now money dates fast forward. It's on most parents no. Any kaya call South Africa based on Mr. Logic no so catching some South Africa Accu project. So almost person be kai koye. Ebia na Mr. Logic I send my money some Accu project no. And China Mr. Logic joining was South Africa.
Like in the first month I ended up being there now for 1 month. I'm there for 1 month and I'm like, look, I'm running out of money. I need to go back to Ghana because clearly everything is not going the way it's supposed to go. He's like, don't worry. He's like, by the way, I'm coming. He said he's coming. He's going to come and join me. So I said, oh, okay. All right. He's like, when I come, don't worry, everything is going to be fine. So he ends up a whole month later, he ends up coming to South Africa and joining me in South Africa.
Now South Africa, when I'm Mr. Logic joining no. Now it's a be no most person in here. No see a tolle on biom.
All like it got so bad that he's like, look, I need to stay in your Airbnb with you. Right? So I left the hotel to go to an Airbnb to see if I can save a little bit of money. This man came into my Airbnb and all he was doing all day was watching Netflix and eating the food that I bought.
On biom no, Mr. Logic eja hotel ka I did to no most pens no eswa bro be piemu e was South Africa.
So it got to the point where I said, you know what, I'm done. I cannot pay for any more Airbnbs. I cannot pay for any more food. You have to start paying because you brought me out here. You told me to come out here. You pay for it. So we ended up going to a new spot. We had to go to this hotel and he couldn't even last a whole week. He was always complaining, oh, it's too expensive. Oh my God. Like it was always like he was just bitching and complaining all the time about how he can't pay for it. It's too expensive. Everything about him just turned into this ugly person. So it got to the point where he was just fed up and he didn't want to pay for my hotel stay and he didn't want to pay for my food, that he actually left me and abandoned me at the hotel. He ended up driving off in some white car with some Indian woman.
No cha, or no cry now. Oh yeah, Mr. Logic, any artist no. After whatever happened in South Africa, Johnny behind no. Mr. Logic the keys maybe. I know. Key back Mr. Logic Darren no has to do with rent issues. They say what Ghana. Mr. Logic I catch and say, oh, landlord the what Ghana no. Just so no most person the bush afa babe rent die or honum landlord ne person did I no edima sebe ne baby ain't no be aka most person and na omon park out of fie no.
He goes and tells me, oh, by the way, the landlord wants you and your family out of the house. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why would the landlord want us out of the house? I paid for 2 years up front. I paid the rent. So what's the problem? If there's any kind of maintenance that needs to be done, like landscaping or anything, I make sure that the landscaping around the compound is done beautifully. I make sure that if there's any issues with plumbing or anything, that I pay for it and the issue gets resolved. Like, I'm maintaining the house, you know, like Claudia's doing a great job keeping it clean and just taking care of the family and everything, you know. So what's the problem? Like, why does the landlord want us out of the house? And he just kept saying, yeah, the landlord wants you out. The landlord wants you out. He wants to put his son in the house. I'm like, okay, well, he's going to have to wait, or he's going to have to reimburse me for the time that is remaining.
Sana key. Na Mr. Logic boy, na Mr. Logic ain't you rent. Rent na. There's a 2 years no. Through Mr. Logic no. Na sika ne call landlord ne ho. Na Mr. Logic ain't you rent ni nyina. It's landlord ne die on no more space ne ka. And to sort of find out, Mr. Logic, not then I want you rent
to get the landlord's number. So when I spoke to the landlord told me that Mr. Logic did not pay the rent. The landlord told me that he did not pay the rent. Mr. Logic did not pay the rent.
Fuck off, no. If cano, could do Mr. Logic call. Mr. Logic, ama on almost pence in the word. Say what this can beba, I'm with you, landlord. No. Be see there, it says, a fee, that's can beba on almost pence. Only.
So Mr. Logic called me and he's like, hey, I heard that you spoke with the landlord. What did you tell the landlord? I said, what do you mean, what did I tell the landlord? I told the landlord the truth, that I paid the rent. So whatever you did with the money, you need to go find it and go pay the landlord. Like, what is this? What is wrong with you? We ended up doing a conference call and I spoke with the landlord and Mr. Logic on the conference call. I recorded the whole conversation, so I have all the proof of this conversation. Mr. Logic was talking at the side of his neck, as usual, talking all these crappy lies. This is all crap, BS. And he said at the end of the call, he agreed that he owes the money and that he would pay. He will pay the rent, because if he doesn't pay the rent, the family will get kicked out. So, and Mr. Logic knew. He knew that if he doesn't pay the rent, that he will kick my family out. Even though the right thing to do is to go to rent control and let rent control deal with it. But no.
It's because of Mr. Logic failure so bet you rent it no. Landlord no locky if you know. I might just say indirect na landlord no keke on most person in the bush no out of the house.
And she was like all over the place. She was like stressed out, and I'm like, Claudia, calm down, what's going on? She said that the landlord sent some man to the house to get a huge padlock on the gates, both gates, like the car gate and then the walking through gate. Okay, some man came and put like a huge padlock on both locks and locked Grandpa and locked Claudia in the compound, so they couldn't get out.
Now, see if that wasn't enough. Kina Mr. Logic, Eddie, Corey, Edward, and so American, yes, I'm going back to America. Mr. Logic in the case, what court here, Mr. Logic, Kenya, and so case in Saki Kwana, Mr. Logic, Eddie, or no more space. So far as work permits and a residency permit here concerned. There's Mr. Logic, Eka Chen said the work permit, and was so much to see you a whole near Deno to me extending the Kasian and Nasa. As I mean, okay, because you work permit, Mr. Logic, zero, baby, office camera.
By the way, your work permit expired. I said, what are you talking about? My work permit expired. I paid for 3 years. What do you mean? What do you mean my work permit expired? What are you talking about? I said, look, you need to go and handle that immediately because I paid for it and you need to go deal with that now. He's like, don't tell me what to do. I will do it whenever I'm ready to do it. I was like, are you sure you want to do that?
I said that was not enough. Another key, Mr. Logic, and it's almost spent some we could be Canada. Right? From that time, our name Mr. Logic South Africa issue happening. Almost personal echo Canada because Mr. Logic Eka say Sebio the Wusia for any residency permit, no work permit, on to me ma Ghana and man be Duma as an artist until so much working around a year work permit and as Canada Mr. Logic at home. It's no so could di Canada. Into where Canada no the Wusia for be that so Ghana has say chess or no most person address or person about Ghana. No babe fan the Wusia for deco. In the end ye Otia Mr. Logic eka. Say Mr. Logic enter tickets man because there are times Mr. Logic ain't good deals so far as getting a ticket to Ghana and your concern.
And he just kept telling me stuff like, stop telling me what to do or I'm gonna block you. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, why are you treating me this way? Like, I'm the one who is basically financing your life and you're treating me like this? Like, are you dumb? Are you stupid? Like, are you foolish? Like, you can't just mistreat me like this and do all these evil things to me and think you're gonna get away with it, because you're not. Okay, anyway, so Now it's time for me to leave Canada. It's time for me to leave Canada and go back to Ghana. And I'm, every day. So this is September now. Every day I'm like, Mr. Logic, I need to go. Like, where is my permit? Like, where is my I need to go. And at this time as well, there's no money left. Like, my money is depleted because he's taken everything from me. So he said, I don't even know why I agreed to this, but he told me, okay, what he's going to do, because he told me that he was going to get my permit done with the immigration lady. Like, she will do it, and she will get the permit, and when I get to Ghana, she will put the sticker in my passport, right? That was the agreement. And I said, okay, fine. Once you do that, I will purchase my ticket, and then I will head back to Ghana. And he's like, no, he was just trying to convince me, like, what I need to do. I don't know why. What I need to do is send him the ticket money because he can get me a good discount with his person. And the reason why I believed it is because we've done it multiple times. Like, this is something that we have done before multiple times. So I said, okay, you know what? He has gotten me some really good deals, and I will send him my plane ticket money along with I guess that's when he would give me the permit information and some safe to board thing that he was talking about. He said I need to do some kind of safe to board. I'm like, I don't even know why. I'm like, all I need is my permit. Okay, so stupid me went and I sent him my ticket money, believing that he will do it, like get my ticket and then get my permit and add it to my ticket, and then all I need to know is just what day I'm going. So this is September, okay? The whole of September goes by, nothing happens, and I'm like asking him, what's going on? This time my family is pressuring me.
Now, Sassika way now, excuse me, Mr. According to most parents, this story, Mr. Logic, the man, no, and it's a Mr. Logic catch and say, or this cano, it's your American family, no, because now also it's your American family, they cannot pressure kaka if you so.
So I said to him, look, I need my money back. Just send me back my money. This man, he told me that he took the money and paid the police for the American family. Like, he said he had to use the money to pay back the American family. He used part of it. I said, what are you talking about?
But on most parents, they find it out from police now or handle Mr. Logic case and not a prosecutor. No, in this case, no. Prosecutor is Mr. Logic. In chase Kabia. In fact, Mr. Logic crano, or what the warrant Attunity swabo peno at channel.
Because I found the police lady and I spoke to her myself, and she told me no, he did not pay anything. There was no money that he paid anything toward the American family. He paid nothing. He completely lied to me. He lied to me and said that he was almost done paying off their debt. So mind you, this is September, and the court case was due around September time. So this means that he violated the court order.
In fact, I know Mr. Logic Rukano, the warrant Attunity swa peno at channel.
And he's out of the country now, right? He's not even supposed to have left the country, and he has a bench warrant out for his arrest because of the fact that he basically is on the run. He was on the run. I didn't even know. This whole time, I did not even know that this man was on the run, and he was making me pay his way.
Now, this time, I said, on most person, it taking matters into her own hands. In the end, reach out to an immigration officer, or Mr. Logic, so far as our permits and some near concern. And the immigration officer, and it's in which says, Massa, Mr. Logic, no, or catch him was 3 years, and then 3 years old. And 1 year work permits per, and Mr. Logic, Edgemamo, and as our 1 year, no, I expire.
When we found her, she was very surprised. She was stunned. She couldn't believe it. But even my friend was saying, like, we shouldn't trust her because obviously she's Mr. Logic's friend, and if she can do what she did with Kirk and not show him the permit and just let him escort him out of the country, then obviously she has to be working with him. So I asked her some questions. I said to her, I'm like, did Mr. Logic do a 3-year work permit for me, Kirk, and then a dependent permit for my father and my daughter? She said no. She said he only did 1 year, and she said that he only did 1 year for me, for Kirk and myself, and she said he did nothing for Victoria and Grandpa. Nothing. He did nothing. So basically, he took the passports and did nothing.
Now, most parents say on the issue of the tickets, no, And after so rent na nyoma na account dey yan pa no ticket no because the bush afon there and I no mo ntimo biom o ma pa new location e dey ma the bush afon but the yan pa ticket na ko betumi dey be PM Ghana na ko abebe join the bush afon and so Mr. Logic the all catch na say or expect something tomorrow na say ba o be send ni ticket sika no and most person be say na any dey bia o catch me say tomorrow what I say I'm feeling good about this I dey think na Mr. Logic play games with him I dey think na Mr. Logic you see, Adam Mr. Logic say, na dwe ni wana na wa bre, wa running out of patience with Mr. Logic no. Na Mr. Logic am messing it up. Na Mr. Logic insu ahwe free do ye do odi American family no onsu bibia mfimu. Right? Mr. Logic are shocking no say no officer Mr. Logic tie of course I don't feel so what Zion spending 40,000 cedis a week nya dey ina no. Mr. Logic are shocking no. Sa no ni sika na Mr. Logic dey yes our lifestyle nya dey ina no. Na dey bia Mr. Logic try and and he said Mr. Logic living a life this way. In the end, I'm sure say after all these things most person catch Mr. Logic no. And they say Mr. Logic is saying no this particular audio. So yeah, we seen too nice Ghana. Or be finishing.
You I'm going straight with you. If you talk like this, don't step to Ghana.
Are you kidding
I swear on my father's grave. If you talk like this to me, I'll fucking murder you.
You're serious right
I'm
now?
telling you the truth. Yes. If you talk like this, you cannot go to Ghana. If you talk like this, you cannot go to Ghana. If you talk like this, it's going to get very bloody for you. If you talk like this, it's going to get very bloody for you.
Good, because I'm
Do you understand what
recording.
I'm
I'm
telling you?
recording this too.
You better.
I'm recording this
Record
conversation,
it. Record it.
and it will
You
be
better
sent to the
talk
police.
sense.
Now this is a serious one. As I say, for someone like Mr. Logic, when he's a big man, shouldn't be finding himself in some of these issues. Well, but based on the history, what done so much security court. So no any American family issue, no issues, warrants, no any idea. I don't know Mr. Logic, no PMO outside the country, free country, no outside. No, so what's back to the country. Now, some most pens, the video no crowd Mr. Logic, person also back Canada. No, any beauty Mr. Logic, person also back Canada. They be an Mr. Logic back Canada. So we finish it. Or no most pens, no. It doesn't look good for Mr. Logic. What I say, it doesn't look good for Mr. Logic. Wow, artists are on an anante. When a lady call Stone Boy hangouts near dear, when a lady call events, be more near their radio stations, when they call Black Rasta Hall, your friend is a 3FM, Hits FM, when a lady call most pens, we promoting in young, what's sacra, my lady pain. What I say? Now so obession in Trinity say residence permit, work permit, or to take it a mano, or toss no. Now on top of that, obe 13 panis or beginning quite finish about. I mean, to be honest with you, it doesn't speak well of Mr. Logic. And of course, Tapanaris no, and the tagline, what you say, a friend say, profile photo. I want a WhatsApp so there's a lady no and Mr. Logic aiding command and or recording no there's a uti audio ni bilo. It doesn't look good for Mr. Logic. Me name the also dream but between actually or comment section no. What I say obi or your artist there nka wo krampo na also sponsor the lifestyle no na bia da bia ho be chiro no balance o kakra but so no ani sika throughout na so be so twine dia so atpetene dia. It's bad. Also between actually our comment section. I hire Gossips 24. Background.